Some tragic news in the world of the NFL as Len Dawson, popular Kansas City quarterback, who helped Kansas City win for many years their first Super Bowl and their last until 2020, passed away today. Len was the ninth of 11 children. He attended Lyons High School in Ohio and almost went to Ohio State, close to where he was. He actually selected Purdue because of the establishment with Hank Stram, who was his assistant coach, and would actually end up being a massive friendship. Dawson would help Purdue as a sophomore crush Notre Dame in a major upset. 3 seasons with Purdue, he threw for over 3,000 yards, leading the Big Ten Conference every year. He was named All-American third team quarterback in 1956. Dawson was famously picked in the 1957 NFL Draft in the first round, 5th overall, the second quarterback behind John Brodie of San Francisco, who went to San Francisco. When you look at Paul Hornung being the number 1 pick and Ron Kramer being the number 4 pick, it was a giant move for the Pittsburgh Steelers to get a quarterback. Unfortunately, he didn't make an impact, and Pittsburgh then decided to trade for Bobby Lane, star quarterback for the Lions, early in the 58th season. After a few terrible seasons being the backup, he was traded to Cleveland, but he couldn't outduel Mel Plum for the Browns quarterback spot. In 5 seasons, he had 2 touchdown passes. So Dawson decided to sign with the AFL and sign with the Dallas Texans, reuniting him with Hank Stram, who was actually the Dallas Texans head coach and, of course, from Purdue. Dawson would lead the AFL in touchdowns in 1962, becoming the AFL MVP and helped Dallas win in double overtime the AFL title against the 2-time defending champ Oilers in Houston, of all places. After that, the team moved from Dallas to Kansas City to become the Kansas City Chiefs, the team we all know from right now. Dawson would help the Chiefs in 1966 become the first AFL team to go to the Super Bowl, or what was known as the AFL-NFL Championship game. In 1967, Super Bowl won. Sadly, though, the Packers were crushed out of Kansas City 35-10, but Dawson did okay, 210 yards passing. He looked pretty good. He actually had a major knee injury in the 1969 season with Kansas City. Missed 5 games, but he still helped Kansas City win in New York against the Jets and in Oakland against the Raiders to get to Super Bowl IV against the Minnesota Vikings, who were supposed to crush the Chiefs easily with their passing of one Joe Cap. Unfortunately, that did not work out, as he helped the Chiefs win the game with a 12 for 17 passing performance, 142 yards, and a touchdown. Unfortunately, Len Dawson would have issue as he was mistakenly linked to a gambling scandal by Donald Dice Dawson, who was unrelated to Len. Fortunately, though, Dawson's name was cleared up and he could play Super Bowl IV. So anyway, Len Dawson would help play for the Chiefs until 1976, retiring before the age of 41, which is amazing. His career, 28,711 yards, 239 touchdowns, 181 interceptions. A lot of people say Dawson played his entire career for Kansas City, but that's false. He played for Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Dawson would actually become the sports director at KNBC TV in Kansas City, still playing for the Chiefs. He would actually anchor on a nightly basis till 2009, which is amazing. Dawson would help host Inside the NFL on HBO from 1977 to 2001, also becoming an analyst for NBC games from 77 to 82 when they did the AFC. And from 1985 till 2017, he was the color analyst for the Chiefs radio broadcast team. He was named by the Pro Football Hall of Fame with the Pete Rozelle Radio TV Award, given to contributions as a sports broadcaster. Dawson was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a player in 1987. Len Dawson was the last son of 2 siblings. He was married to his high school sweetheart from 1954 till her death in 1978. when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He beat that. But unfortunately, on August the 12th, he entered hospice care at the University of Kansas Medical Center. Passed away today, August 24th. Len Dawson,